Like a lot of other people, I find this a painful time. Uh, but I think that there is at least a bit of a balm to be had for that pain because what's happened, I believe, creates what I called in the previous video a profoundly teachable moment. Something extraordinary has happened. And I left off the previous video saying that my premise is that no previous generation of Americans would have voted like the American people just did for a guy who, and you could make a whole list of things that were like automatic disqualifiers. I mean, simply the E. Jean Carroll verdict would have been an automatic disqualifier. And the fact that he's an adjudicated insurrectionist would have been way an automatic disqualifier. All these things that everybody either knew and didn't care or somehow didn't know. I mean, one of the problems we have is how do you get people to know what they need to know? I mean, there are a lot of problems to be solved, and I don't want to downgrade them. But here's a problem which underlies the whole catastrophe. If something so profound happened, let's say between the first Bush's presidency and reaching this moment of this election, that something that was absolutely unthinkable before that, then something very profound would have had to change. And yes, something very profound did happen. Two things. One is that the Republican Party became a very different thing from what it had been before. The Republican Party of George Herbert Walker Bush had basic decency. That's been gone. That departed. And didn't just happen with Trump either. And the other thing is the Republican base or conservative America. I mean, there's some changes of people who would have voted for Democrats back in 1988, but are Trump supporters now. It's more complex than that. But there is a half of America, roughly speaking, could vote for a guy that would be absolutely unthinkable at any other time. Transformation of the Republican Party, transformation of the state of consciousness of the American people. Big things going on from, let's say, very early 1990s until the election of 2024. Note, liberal America did not relate to this transformation in any significant way. I can testify that for the most part, until just the last several years with Trump, didn't notice that something so fundamental had changed. They didn't notice, and in future, I'll substantiate this with my own experience and with observations about what liberal America was and wasn't doing. And what they weren't doing made this catastrophe possible. And that's what I'll talk about in the next video, about how what we should learn from the fact that a profound transformation was taking place in America. And liberal America and the Democratic Party were not noticing it. Something meaningful to be found in understanding, oh, why didn't they notice? So I'll be back. And again, I'm a rookie in making videos. I'm a guy of the 20th century. The heart of my work has been laying things out the way I was trained to lay things out, to show certain things are true as an argument with evidence and logic. And if you want to see how I do that with respect to all the stuff that I'm trying to say should be learned in this profoundly teachable moment, I encourage you to go to my website, abetterhumanstory.org, the fruit of over a half century's work. And I think it holds water, and it helps answer the question, why didn't the Democrats see what the Republican Party was becoming? Already was in the 1990s by the time we finished with the impeachment of Bill Clinton and the Ken Starr report and all that that stuff. Why didn't they notice it? I'll be back answering that question. But go to A Better Human Story or go to my YouTube page where I've been trying to lay out an integrated picture of what's been going wrong in the human world, in America in our times, and even bigger. So thanks for your attention.